just when he thought the censorship problem couldn't get any worse, it got a lot worse. Itch.io, a very well-known and very well-recognized site that houses thousands of indie games ranging from action-adventure, platforming, horror games, and yes, even adult games, they effectively shadow dropped, or shadow removed in this case, all of their adult game category late last night with no explanation given, no forewarning, just completely removed. And a lot of indie devs were completely curious on why, like, they couldn't no longer access their games, like why they were gone. You had community members that have bought certain games. They were wondering, like, why can't I download this game anymore? Why can't I find this game? They were left confused, wondering what is going on. And after many hours going by and many people questioning what's going on, itch.io made an official statement on their site earlier this morning, listing out the reason why it happened. So let's get right into this and let's read it. We have de-indexed all adult NSFW content from our browser and search pages. We understand this action is sudden and disruptive, and we are truly sorry for the frustration and confusion caused by this change. Recently, we came under scrutiny from our payment processors regarding the nature of some content hosted on itch.io, due to a game titled No Mercy, which was temporarily available on itch.io before being banned back in April. The organization, Collective Shout, launched a campaign against Steam and itch.io, directing concerns to our payment processors about the nature of certain content found on both platforms. Are we surprised to find out who's involved in this? Payment processors and Collective Shout? Are we really surprised? Before I make any more comments about this, let's just keep reading. Our ability to process payments is critical for every creator on our platform, to ensure that we can continue to operate and provide a marketplace for all developers. We must prioritize our relationship with our payment partners and take immediate steps towards compliance. This is a time-critical moment for itch.io. This situation developed rapidly, and we had to act urgently to protect the platform's core payment infrastructure. Unfortunately, this meant it was not realistic to provide creators with advance notice before making this change. We know this is not ideal, and we apologize for the abruptness of this change. We are currently conducting a comprehensive audit of content to ensure we can meet the requirements of our payment processors. Pages will remain de-indexed as we complete our review. Once this review is complete, we will introduce new compliance measures for NSFW pages. This will include a new step where creators must confirm that their content is allowable under the policies of the represented payment processors linked to their accounts. We'll talk about that in just a second. Part of this review will see some pages being permanently removed from itch.io. Affected accounts will be notified through their account's email address from our support address. You can reply to that email if you have any follow-up questions. We ask for your patience and understanding as we navigate this challenging period. I'm sorry we cannot share more at this time as we are still getting a full understanding of the situation ourselves. We will post a follow-up on our blog if the situation changes. Thank you. So, I'm just about to pop off, okay? This right here is just such a gross thing to say that it just, once again, they're doing this so blatantly and out in the open because they think they can get away with it. Like, straight up, payment processors literally forced itch.io to have new policies, to force a new policy on their site to respect payment processors, all in the name of brand protection. This is a problem. This is a huge problem. Now, scrolling up here, and let's look at the actual people responsible. Payment processors, aka VISA and Mastercard, and also Collective Shout. So, I think we kind of understand the timeline here, what's probably happened. Most likely, Collective Shout, when the same time they sent in, like, their messages and stuff to payment processors for Steam, around the same time, they probably did the exact same thing to itch.io. And it's just probably, it took a little bit longer for itch.io to really, actually do something about it, or maybe for them to be contacted by payment processors, because Steam was probably the bigger fish, which, let's be fair, it was. But now itch.io probably got hit by the exact same thing that was sent to Steam, about a week ago. And this is all responsible, or this has happened thanks to Collective Shout, which, I'm just gonna say, I've already called them out, I've already talked about it yesterday. This is the same group that defends the movie Cuties. They run defense for cuties released by Netflix, but then they censor fictional content like this. There's a clear problem here. This group, Collective Shout, needs to be it needs to be investigated. Like, that people need to investigate them. People need to figure out what's going on. They're definitely hiding some skeletons in their closet. But one big takeaway I want to get from this is obviously the main enemy here is the payment processors. VISA, Mastercard, and all the others involved that's potentially not been name dropped yet. All the payment processors are effectively the main issue. They are the ones doing this. However, Collective Shout is more or less a symptom, or an individual utilizing already what payment processors want to do. They want control. They want to be a monopoly or a dual monopoly, have complete control over the market, and just be able to force you to only buy certain things that they deem that you can only buy. It's really messed up. It's honestly, it feels dystopian to me. But the big thing I want to get at is that Collective Shout, they aren't the main issue here. The issue is that they were so easily able to contact payment processors to get something like this done. I think that's an issue. And I think that, as I've already talked about a few days ago, this doesn't just happen with a group. It means that the group Collective Shout most likely has quite a big person behind them contacting these payment processors. Because just some run-of-the-mill activist group would not be capable of the amount of damage that's just happened in the last week alone. That is not normal at all. Anyone trying to sugarcoat that and act like it's normal? I don't know what to say, because it's not normal for an activist group to get this much done this quickly and just under a week after contacting payment processors. Like, just no. Like, anyone that knows with customer service or trying to get things officially done, it takes ages. So it's weird to see this group being able to move actual massive companies so quickly. Now, with that being said, I want to talk about these payment processors and the answer to fighting back against them. So there is a bill currently ongoing right now in America called H.R. 987, Fair Access to Banking Act. And to summarize what this bill actually does, if you live in the United States, there is a bill called H.R. 987, or the Fair Access to Banking Act, that prohibits banks and payment processors from exceeding their authority and regulating them. So contact your representatives and senators and ask them to move the bill forward to get it passed. So basically, what this bill, from what my understanding is and what was brought to my attention, is to stop these payment processors and banks and all that from overreaching all in the name of brand protection and censoring content. Because at this point, it's very clear that's what it is. It's antitrust laws being violated. They are forcing different countries that are not even affiliated, they have different laws and everything, being forced to buckle and bend and bow down to censorship. Look at what happened to Japan. And the fact that you have this feminist Australian group able to get effectively games banned on multiple sites, hundreds and thousands of games banned on multiple sites, and it's globally, not just in Australia, is massive overreach, and it definitely needs to be reined in. Visa, Mastercard, all these payment processors need to be reined in. This needs to be talked about. A lot of people need to be talking about this. It's very, very important. And that's why I'm going to say it right here. I think, though, that I don't normally ask for this, but please leave a like on this video, share this video, leave a comment. This video needs to hit the algorithm. People need to find out about this because it is a huge issue that is slowly getting worse. And if you think it's going to just stop at adult games or games on itch.io or Steam or whatever, they're already trying to come for other games. They're coming for Detroit Become Human, GTA. There's already examples that the group Collective Shout wants to go after regular games as well. It's not going to just stop at adult games or NSFW. It's going to go much further. This is the same group that was, egging on a senator in Australia to effectively do a sweeping ban of anime and manga, thanks to No Game No Life, Goblin Slayer, Sword Art Online, and Arrow Manga Sensei, using them as examples within an actual court, like in the government, with the senator talking about trying to get anime banned, but a sweeping ban, like everything removed. And Collective Shout was literally cheering that senator on. So anyone thinking it's going to stop at just like adult games is lying to themselves. It will come for you. It will take anything you love and cherish from you if this is not stopped. So back into what I showed earlier, this is important, okay? I think everyone, it is your duty, especially if you're an American citizen, to do this. You should call your senator or state representative and tell them to try to push this bill forward. But I also think you should, if you live in a different country, and you're capable of contacting your representative, you should do the exact same thing. Even if a bill like this doesn't exist, you should bring it up to your state representatives, because this is very important. You have overreach and authoritarian motives from these payment processors trying to control media and censor media. It's not good. It's very bad. And I think anyone that continues to not talk about this, I just don't know why. This is going to come for everything. It's only a matter of time until it eventually trickles down into just regular, run-of-the-mill content. And, I mean, it already kind of is. But I'll leave it at that. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe. Stay healthy. Chibi out.